The winter that changed Aaron's life arrived quietly. It did not come with storms or loud announcements. It came the way most life-changing moments do, softly, almost unnoticed, until one day you wake up and realize the world has shifted beneath your feet. Aaron was 27 when everything fell apart. He had once believed his life was moving in a clear direction. A stable job, a small apartment, dreams that seemed reasonable and reachable. But life, as it often does, rearranged his plans without asking permission. First he lost his job. Then the woman he loved left him, saying gently, "You've become someone who expects the worst." Within a few months, Aaron found himself sitting alone in a quiet park every morning, staring at the same empty path. People walked by, runners, old couples, children on bicycles. Life moved forward for everyone else. But inside Aaron, everything felt frozen. One morning, while he sat on his usual bench, an old man appeared beside him. The man was not remarkable at first glance. His coat was worn, his hair was white and wind-tangled, but his eyes carried something rare and unusual, calm like a lake untouched by storms. "Why do you look at the ground so much?" the old man asked. Aaron glanced at him briefly. "Because life has given me many reasons to." The old man smiled faintly. "Life gives everyone reasons," he said, "but some people still choose to look at the sky." Aaron sighed. "Easy to say." The old man did not argue. Instead, he asked a simple question. "Tell me, young man, what do you think determines a person's life?" Aaron answered immediately. "Circumstances." The old man shook his head slowly. "No." Aaron frowned. "Then what?" "The meaning you give to circumstances." Aaron almost laughed. It sounded like philosophy, the kind people use when they have never experienced real pain. But the old man continued. "Let me tell you something," he said. "In my life I have lost my business, my home, and once even my health. There were years when nothing went right." He paused and looked at the distant hills. "But I discovered something powerful during those years." "What?" Aaron asked. "That the strongest force in the human mind is not intelligence, it is not talent, it is not luck." The old man tapped his chest gently. "It is attitude." Aaron leaned back on the bench. "Attitude doesn't pay bills." "No," the old man replied calmly, "but attitude determines whether you build another house after the first one burns down." The conversation lingered in Aaron's mind long after the old man left. The next morning, the old man returned. In the morning after that, their conversations slowly became a ritual. Sometimes they spoke about life, sometimes about failure, sometimes about things that seemed unrelated but later revealed hidden meaning. One cold morning, the old man asked Aaron to walk with him up a nearby hill. The climb was not difficult, but Aaron quickly noticed something about the old man. He moved slowly but steadily. Not once did he complain about the cold wind. Not once did he pause in frustration. Just step after step. Finally, Aaron asked, slightly annoyed, "Why are we doing this?" The old man smiled. "Because I want to show you something." When they reached the top, the city spread out below them. Buildings, roads, people rushing to places that felt urgent. "Look carefully," the old man said. Aaron shrugged. "It's just the city." The old man pointed toward the horizon where sunlight was breaking through the clouds. "Do you see that?" "Yes." "That light is always there," the old man said quietly, "even when the clouds hide it." Aaron did not reply. "Your mind is the same," the old man continued. "Clouds. Negative thoughts, fear, doubt, anger, disappointment." He turned toward Aaron. "But the light, the positive force inside you is still there." Aaron crossed his arms. "If that's true, why does it feel so hard to stay positive?" The old man nodded. "Because most people misunderstand positivity." Meaning, positive mental attitude is not pretending that problems don't exist. He picked up a small rock from the ground. "This rock is real." He placed it in Aaron's hand. "If you ignore it, it is still there." Aaron turned the rock over. "So what does positivity actually mean?" The old man answered slowly, choosing each word with care. It means deciding that no problem is stronger than your ability to respond. The wind grew stronger around them. For example, the old man said, when something goes wrong, most people ask, why is this happening to me? And that's wrong. It's a powerless question. What should we ask instead? The old man smiled. A powerful question. Such as, what can I learn from this? That single sentence stayed with Aaron for days. He began noticing his own thoughts. When something small went wrong, missing a bus, spilling coffee, receiving rejection emails, his mind automatically created negative stories. Nothing works for me. I always fail. Life is unfair. For the first time, he realized something important. Those thoughts felt automatic, but they were not permanent. They were habits. And habits can be changed. Weeks passed. One morning, Aaron arrived at the park with a new energy. I tried something, he told the old man. And when something went wrong yesterday, I asked your question. What happened? Aaron smiled slightly. It didn't fix the problem. The old man laughed. Of course not. But it changed how I felt. Yes. That's the beginning, the old man said. They continued walking along the frozen path. Let me tell you the secret of an unbreakable positive mental attitude, the old man said. Aaron listened carefully. There are 5 things. 5. Yes. He raised one finger. First, guard your thoughts. Meaning, your mind is like a garden, whatever you plant grows. He raised another finger. Second, accept reality but refuse defeat. Isn't that the same thing? No. He pointed at a frozen tree nearby. Winter accepts the cold, but spring still returns. The third finger. Third, take responsibility for your response. Even if something isn't my fault. Especially then. The fourth finger. Fourth, build strength through small daily victories. Aaron looked confused. Small victories. Yes, waking up when you said you would, exercising, learning something new. He smiled. Confidence grows from evidence. Then the final finger. Fifth and most important. Aaron waited. Choose meaning over misery. What does that mean? It means believing that every experience, even painful ones, can shape you into something stronger. Months passed. Aaron slowly rebuilt his life. He began exercising in the mornings. He read books he once ignored. He applied for new jobs, not with desperation but with patience. Sometimes he still failed. But something inside him had changed. Failure no longer felt like proof that life was against him. It felt like training. One evening he returned to the park and noticed the old man sitting alone, watching the sunset. I think I understand something now, Aaron said. What is it? That positivity isn't about happiness all the time. The old man nodded. It's about strength. Yes, Aaron continued. Strengthen the way you think. The old man's eyes brightened. You are learning. Aaron sat beside him. You know, he said, I used to believe life was something that happened to me. And now I think life is something I participate in. The old man laughed warmly. That realization alone changes everything. The sky slowly turned orange. For a long moment they sat in silence. Finally, Aaron asked the question he had never asked before. Why did you help me? The old man looked thoughtful. Because many years ago, he said softly, someone helped me in the same way. Aaron smiled. And now it's your turn. Your turn for what? To help someone else. The wind rustled the trees around them. Aaron looked at the path where people passed every day, some confident, some tired, some quietly struggling. He suddenly understood something profound. Every person carried an invisible battle. And sometimes the greatest gift you could offer someone was not advice or money. It was perspective. Years later, Aaron became known among his friends as someone unusually calm in difficult situations. When businesses failed around him, he rebuilt. When plans collapsed, he adjusted. When people complained about life's unfairness, he listened patiently. Someone once asked him his secret. He smiled and answered simply, "Your mind is the one place where you always have the final decision." About what? About how you interpret what happens. He paused. And that decision, he added quietly, is the foundation of an unbreakable positive mental attitude. Because life will always bring storms. Jobs will be lost. Dreams will change. People will disappoint you. But the strongest people in the world are not those who avoid hardship. They are the ones who train their minds to stand strong within it. Like a mountain that does not argue with the wind. It simply stands. And the wind eventually passes. The mountain remains. And so does the mind that has learned how to rise above every storm.